So how long have we lived here for? 18 months?
18 months, yeah.
18 months. I was the one who decided I wanted to move to Ballarat, and Renee wasn't having a bar of it. She said there's no way.
Yeah, I was worried about being a same-sex family and there not being, you know, I wasn't sure if there are many gay people that lived in Ballarat. So I had concerns about Emmylou and Emmylou going to school and all of that. But yeah, a friend told us about Frolic Bush Dance. So we came up just to kind of, you know, see if there were other gay people living in Ballarat, and there were. And we had a really good time, and I think that was kind of like the push that I needed to, you know, make that decision. That
Renee managed to talk to every single person in the room and make new best friends and come home with phone numbers.
The first thing I noticed when we moved to Ballarat, I noticed that within the first week was just this anxiety that I didn't even know that I had, this generalised kind of anxiety that I didn't know that was existent with me every waking moment, just melted away. Just by being in this environment. And I remember being blown away how people would just like stop and talk to you anywhere and everywhere. Like, it was just so beautiful. Like, even in the car park, I think it was one of the first weeks living here, I was putting my groceries in the car and someone was waiting to take my spot, and some little old lady started talking to me. No one cared that, you know, the person in the car didn't care that they were waiting for my spot. She didn't care, I didn't care. We were just having a great old yarn, and it was just lovely. Like, you know, people are just much more patient, and they actually value connection and conversation over this, like, you know, let's just get it done as quick as we can, and, you know, because we've got something else to do. And that's, you know, in hindsight, a terrible way to live your life, to always be rushing to the next thing. I think for me, in terms of experiences, I haven't experienced any kind of overt homophobia at all, which I've been completely shocked about. What I have experienced more is, I guess, just that kind of, you know, Ballarat is quite heteronormative, and people's responses to you are in line with that. So there's a couple of examples, like, you know, ringing to make appointments and, you know, people saying, what's your husband's name? Or, you know, or the other day I was buying a present for FLEUR, and I was speaking to the shop person about it, and I was asking a few questions, and then I went to look at something and the shop person was like, oh, but that's the women's section. And I was like, yeah, I know. And then Emmylou called me Ma and asked the question about mummy, and it clicked. And in both occasions, both those people have been extremely apologetic and super friendly.
Not that it's been negative, but it's been a really interesting process trying to figure out where Emmylou will go to school next year, or this year. And so kind of this thing of doing tours of the local schools, and there's lots and lots of primary schools in Ballarat. And interestingly, the school that we did kind of land on and decide on wasn't the school that was closest to our house, but it was a school where they had really proudly and prominently on their school website that we don't accept homophobia or transphobia. I think, you know, to take it to the, you know, not that it should be, but to take it to that next level of having a statement about transphobia, not just homophobia, I think was really reassuring for us.
I was about to say, from the person who did not want to move to Ballarat, I now would never want to move back to Melbourne. As much as I love, you know, I think Melbourne's an amazing place and I've loved my time living there, but I'm sold for Ballarat, and I just think it's an incredible place to live, and we've created, you know, we have a beautiful community, beautiful people around us, and a beautiful little life that we've created for ourselves.
What's your favourite song at the moment from Frozen 2?
The one that goes,
And how do the words go?
Elsa goes, "Baby, wish we go away."
And how does the rest of the song go?
I know.